I really want to wish a warm welcome to all of you, even though our weather might not be so warm and hospitable at this moment in time. Any municipality, no matter how big or small, needs to prioritize how best to respond to the needs of its residents, how to plan for its future growth, and how to mitigate against the numerous challenges that we are facing in a rapidly urbanizing world. During the previous term, the City of Cape Town implemented a number of changes to better these challenges, such as adopting a transversal management approach to break down silos and ensure greater collaboration between departments. We changed our planning methodology and performance management system, and thus prepared us for a much bigger project of achieving systematic change. Our organizational development and transformation plan, which consolidated all of these into one plan. And the formulation of the ODTP was an extensive process with careful consideration and widespread consultation with all stakeholders and with the unions as partners in the process. It was adopted by the newly elected council in August last year, and now serves as our blueprint for building a more sustainable, responsive and effective organization that will enable us to take local government to the next level. So we look forward today to sharing more of this and other initiatives with you over the next 2 days and learning from your experiences and challenges. And I hope that this forum will give us all the opportunity to benefit from our shared knowledge and expertise. I trust that you will find the time spent here fruitful and that you'll be better equipped to carry out your important work when you return home.
On behalf of the collective leadership of SALGA, we express our sincere appreciation to the City of Cape Town for hosting this inaugural meeting of the Council of Mayors despite these threats. We stand in solidarity with the city and other municipalities affected by the by the changing weather conditions. As a new innovation, this Council of Mayors is the very first meeting of its kind, bringing together mayors and executive mayors from across all provinces in our country, as a platform that, amongst others, will focus on addressing challenges experienced by mayors and executive mayors. The Council of Mayors is also an opportunity for the SALGA NEC to get feedback from the mayors and thus enabling SALGA to become more effective in our advocacy work. Having interacted with different local authorities across the globe, there is a common understanding that the role of mayors is to coordinate the work of councils, provide strategic political leadership, enhance good governance, build relations, promote civic and institutional pride, support and engage with communities, and facilitate the process of governing. Coming closer to home, in the South African context, the White Paper on Local Government stipulates that as leaders in local government, we need to close the gap between the current reality and the sustainability we want by inspiring spatial transformation, economic growth, and sustainability through, amongst others, good governance and resilient institutions and financial sustainability, universal access to and quality services and infrastructure. And lastly, let us use this platform to learn from one another, pool our experiences, and share our local expertise to ensure that the quality of life in villages, towns, and cities across all corners of the country indeed build a more sustainable and just future. Program Director, we must nevertheless acknowledge that our context and the world is changing rapidly. This Council of Mayors provides the perfect platform to reflect on the changing realities and the opportunities it presents for consolidation and renewal. We must remain cognizant of the increased expectation by both local communities and the global development community of the role of local government in making a meaningful impact on development. In short, our task is, through organized local government structures such as this, to support local government to respond to the complex and rapid changes of the 21st century, and use the opportunities that it and the fourth industrial revolution presents for modernizing governance centered on people's development. As implementers and shapers of the future, it presents an opportune moment to reinvent ourselves, to adapt and be responsive to the fast-changing environment. In particular, I think we have a major opportunity to pioneer development and transformation models that are more sustainable and just. Program Director, there are currently a large number of municipalities that are unviable, which is due to the structural, policy, and systemic problems. These problems continue to weaken local government to discharge its obligations, which is now manifesting itself, for instance, in the impasse between our member municipalities and ESCOM on outstanding debt owed, with a very similar impasse developing between municipalities and water boards. In this regard, we must engage ESCOM and NERSA to come to some amicable solution for all concerned and in the best interests of the communities we serve. Program Director, fundamental in making municipalities developmental is an urgent need to sort out some of the lingering challenges arising from our current fiscal framework.
In 2009, South Africa entered the first recession of the democratic era. And when we looked at the causes of that recession, they were essentially global, but we recognized that there were enormous domestic vulnerabilities that were exposed by the global financial crisis. And we identified what we described as 10 jobs drivers, key interventions in the economy that could get us out of the recession. And we introduced that. A few months later, the country emerged from the recession, but job losses continued. Over the period of just over a year, the economy lost about 1 million jobs. It was 2009 and 2010. And so we put in place a much stronger coordinated effort to recover on jobs. And a critical intervention was infrastructure. So let me start with the conclusion. Today, if we look back, we've just gone into a technical recession. But between the low point we had reached in September 2010 and today, the economy has created about 2.5 million new jobs. Key driver was infrastructure development. And when we looked at the infrastructure landscape, we recognized both opportunities and challenges. And one of the key challenges was that the state was spending money on infrastructure, but it was not coordinating its efforts. And we were not getting the development dividend from that infrastructure spend. So we started off by saying, let's bring a bit more coherence to our infrastructure spending, whether it takes place in a small municipality, a large metro, a province, national government, a state-owned company, wherever it takes place, let's bring it into a single frame. And that frame we created was the National Infrastructure Plan. And so when I think about the panel discussion today, Will, and the topic that you've given me, which is the relationship between infrastructure and development, I would want to make a few points. The first point is that the literature and the international experience shows that infrastructure is a key way to grow an economy. And it does so because infrastructure creates the foundation of growth. You need energy, you need roads, you need water to fuel your economy. Infrastructure attracts investment both in the BOLD program, but it also does so, very, very importantly, by providing the wherewithal for investment. If you want to open a mine, your critical question is, am I going to get water, am I going to get energy? So when infrastructure supplies that, when you have roads and rail that can move the ore to markets, you have the basis for stimulating investment. The second observation we've had is
it's also quite clear that if the current trends are to continue, we are headed for very, very serious problems into the future. We've no choice but to find solutions to all of these questions. And my view is that we've got to do things differently. We can't expect to do things the same way and expect a different outcome. There's no doubt about the fact that municipalities have got to be better run. Good governance and accountability, those things have got to be the norm in municipalities, not an exception. I think there's a serious need in municipalities, and indeed there is something that SALGA will be quite close with municipalities to deal with. The question of contract management. The reality is that many municipalities is something that the AG has picked up. Officials still commit municipalities to contracts which do not really add value to municipalities. They actually have siphoned money out of the system. The other area I want to deal with is the whole value chain of revenue management. The first part is on revenue protection. The question that arises is are we tapping into existing technology as municipalities to help us enhance and protect revenue? I believe there's a huge area of...
On good governance, which a lot of challenges which are faced there is as an institution which is there to strengthen constitutional democracy. I think a lot of municipalities or provinces I've visited, I've indicated that as an institution to strengthen that constitutional democracy, we are there to make you shine as municipalities because we assist you in achieving the goal of governing your various provinces efficiently and effectively. I think that was what was indicated by Councillor Kuno when he was addressing in the earlier panel. So good governance it's more of the process of decision making, whether you make a decision and you implement the decision which you've made. So I think that is key. Again, fellow panelists has indicated the issue of being a leader, make a decision and make sure that that decision is implemented. A lot of our complaints on service delivery are relating to poor services or failure to rectify defective services, which are there. Lack of service delivery, no sanitation, proper roads. I think those are the issues we've discussed, water and electricity. Non-payment or delayed payment by municipalities of service providers. The issue of incorrect billing, the issues relating to the infrastructure generally. So over the past 5 years, the Private Protector has received a lot of complaints from municipalities or relating to municipal services. So as an institution, we are saying, I think if we can make sure that in your small municipalities or in the budget which it has been allocated, if it can be spent efficiently, you follow the processes of procurement, you make sure that whatever budget you are utilizing, there's proper consultation with the communities, you prioritize with them, whilst then we're checking the bigger picture of saying how can the finances of the municipalities be improved or government to increase the grants to the municipalities. But then whatever minimal resources you have, you spend it efficiently and effectively.
On behalf of Old Mutual, it is my great pleasure to welcome you, our honoured guests, to this evening's Council of Mayors cocktail dinner.